Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated.
Where I'm going, I don't need roads or records. I don't need shit. Roads.
Such a weird word.
Rural.
Uptown Funko Show, doing Uptown Funko Show. That's all the words I know. That's all the words I know. Yeah. That's all I know.
Funk you up just fine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's more than I got.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. That's off the top of my head. We did good.
Wow. Well, that's very good. If you all didn't know, this is Everyman's Guide to Nerdom.
Good. I'm on the right show. I was worried I showed up to the wrong call.
So, on that, welcome to Everyman's Guide to Nerdom, where we are two 30 to 40-something-year-olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. And if you guys would like to and catch us live and in person and online and on the internet, we can be found on twitch.com or twitch.tv, playing video games live and in person and very poorly. A lot of times with the gentleman that is with us that we're going to be introducing here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to watch Chris, who's over there, he can be found twitch.tv/GuyverUnit01. That's GuyverUnt01. Then I'm just Kasig, K_SIG. And then our guest also is about to get back into streaming. We'll talk about that in a second because we have a really interesting show. I'm excited to get into this. And if you guys want to talk with us about it after, in the notes below, in the show notes below us, there's a link to join our Discord. So you can hop in the conversation. We actually made a new channel and category just because of this episode today. I thought there'd be some things that you guys want to talk about. So be sure, join the conversation, get in with the group, get in with the community, express your nerdness.
Express your funk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Just whip your Funko right out there for the world to see.
Just hot
on
Funko
display.
all in your face.
Hot Funko action right in your face on the internet. Once it's out there, it's out there. Remember that. Practice say Funko.
Hey, behind you is Funko Twins.
Mm-hmm.
You can get all that Funko in your face. So what's the name of the channel that we started?
We added a category for collectibles. And in that category, we have, I don't have it here. I named it too long because it kind of cuts it off a little bit. So it's not going to be what you got. You might be disappointed when you click on it. But we did add Banner's House of Funko.
It looks like Banner's House of F.
But yeah, when you pull up your Discord, it just cuts out at Banner's House of F. So you might be in for a surprise, pleasant or unpleasant, when you go in there. That's
a different channel. That's the
totally different channel,
After Dark channel.
Yeah. So yeah,
Discovery After Dark.
What are we talking about this episode? If we don't, we've kind of thrown it all out there.
This episode, we are talking about those super deformed.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like possibly creepy and disturbing, but they're not because they're adorable.
They're adorable.
Funko Pops. Well, and I mean, they've got more than just Funko.
Yeah, there's more than just the Pops. And
these little deformed. Yeah, why these little deformed vinyl figures are so adorable. So, okay, you're frozen up on me right now.
Yeah, you kind of froze up on me for a second there too, and everybody's back now. I lost you guys for a second. Am I still frozen? Am I back? My internet connection's unstable.
Yeah, you're going kind of wonky. We can hear you. I mean, you look really surprised. Banner, does he look surprised to you?
He looks very surprised.
Yeah, look. This looks like one of those weird 80s videos. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, he's kind of starting to look like an Andy Warhol painting.
Oh, yeah, you are. We can still hear you. It's just you look weird.
I hope my internet issues aren't back.
It could be. They fixed your pipes. Now you got internet issues.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, we're talking about Kyle had some blockage in his pipes.
A lot of blockage. Had to call in a bunch of men to come fix it.
If anyone needs a date,
from the city.
Kyle needs help with his blockage.
No, that's better now. But now we're having connectivity issues. Apparently, yeah.
They hit
blockage is clear. I just have problems connecting.
Right. So
distant.
But yeah, we're back. We're talking about Funkos.
Yeah.
And who's our guest?
Our guest is Mr. If you guys watch his stream, he's been with us for the last several weeks, off and on a lot.
Several months now.
Mr. Banner down there, known as Dr. Bruce Banner on Twitch. Was it XX Dr. Bruce Banner XX?
Single X.
Oh, 1X. Okay.
Yep.
He's only
Triple X Banner. That's a different.
Triple X Banner.
He's
That's a
working
whole
on.
different channel.
Yeah, that's his OnlyFans. Is the Triple X Banner?
It's next to Wet Vet.
Yeah, they co-stream. So
Banner's been on with us so much, he actually has his own guest spot on our Freaky Friday and Spooky Saturday intro now.
Fed Banner around a lot. Fun to play with. You guys watch us. Follow him on the Twitches as well.
And Mr. Vet listens to us too. Loyal listener.
Yep. And so does Banner. So
both of them.
Both of them.
I forgot we were talking about Wet Vet. I fucked up already.
Yeah, I saw what you did there.
Yep. Tried to play it off, but got called out on that one.
Yeah, but Mr. Banner down there, he's also an avid Funko collector. I am not as much. Chris is moderately, but
I've got 4.
He's got 4. I've got a few more. Banner has a lot more, and a lot of you people listening probably have a whole lot more.
Justin and B-Rob, I know.
Yeah. I know there was a special reason that Chris wanted to get this show out today. It's a special show at least for him, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's so surreal because it's almost, we just had on the 14th, it's our 1-year anniversary of the first podcast we released, first episode 1 of EGTN. And if you guys remember that, or you don't remember, we dedicated that one to our good friend Brad, who was a very well-known voice actor in Hollywood. And he was actually supposed to be on one of our very first episodes. And he passed literally just before we started, just before we were recorded.
Like a couple of days before we were going to record.
Now, another really good friend of mine, he was a fraternity brother, a good buddy of mine. He passed on Wednesday. Mr. Stephen English. He was one half of the podcast, the Stevia show with Lid Wins, who she is also a streamer. So make sure you guys go check her out. Check out her channel. Stephen died of a complication of COVID, which he didn't even know he had. So he wasn't even 30. And it's been a really shitty couple days since I found this out. But Stephen was originally supposed to be doing the Funko episode with us. It was planned. We just never got to it. And he was an avid Funko collector. Like if you go watch any of their Stevia show episodes, which by the way, go check out that podcast. You can see all those Funkos. Steven's actually the one who got my ass in gear to contact Kyle to get this podcast going. So I credit him and Lydia with that. So this episode is dedicated to Mr. Stephen English. He's a part of our community. He's in our Discord. He was part of the community. He was part of the Fantasy Football League. And yeah. So we're dedicating this to Stephen. Stephen, we'll miss you, man.
It's
now that I brought everyone down, Kyle, go ahead.
Well, we like Chris said, we've been talking about doing this one for a while because I think Funkos are so ingrained into like nerd culture right now. Like you have your Funkos on display like that. I credit the popularity of Funkos, these little, like you can see in my background and all of our backgrounds, I personally credit the popularity of Funkos as a big part of what brought some of the nerdiness to the populace, to being popular and being accepted. There we go. I was going to get my thought out eventually if I rambled long enough.
I can see that.
You know, it's the whole thing of collecting, you know, action figures and things was always kind of looked down upon a little bit, like, oh, you're collecting, you know, toys and stuff. Like, no, it's an action figure for one. It's a limited edition, but the Funkos are everywhere, and there's a Funko for whatever genre of cool pop culture stuff that you're interested in. There's new ones
Literally
all the time. And so I think they've helped draw in people. Like, they may not consider themselves nerdy about any of your typical nerdy things at all, video games and comics and anime and all this stuff, but they may be a huge fan of Friends, right? And then they go to Walmart and they see, oh, there's a Phoebe Funko, or there's, you know, because there was a whole line of Funkos from Friends that came out just pretty recently. And so that's something that they can buy for like $8 and put on their shelf, and they're not ashamed to like actually have that out there. So I credit Funko with a lot of the stuff coming out to the forefront of it. And we're going to talk about, as we go through this, you know, like what got us interested in it, what were some of our first ones. We'll, you know, kind of all discuss that through the group, and like how we got started, why we like them, purchases that we wish we would have made, because as with anything collectible, they get popular. The older ones become more rare because they don't make, and there's value there. Like, some of these can be an investment, just like baseball cards. And
then that $16 Funko is now fucking $300.
At the time I said, I'm not paying $45. I'll talk about that one because I got a whole damn story for that. And then we'll talk about just some of the favorite ones that we have in our collection. But just to do a little brief history here. One, I'll preface it by there's a special on Netflix that if you'd like documentaries and you like Funkos, there's a Funko documentary on Netflix that's really, you know, worth watching. But I just kind of pulled some history from the good old Wikipedia on the internets, and just like a quick little rundown. That documentary goes in a lot more detail. There's a lot more interesting stuff, and there's stuff that I've probably missed just doing the short history of it. But Funkos have been around. The company and the idea has been around for a long time. It started in the late 90s. In 98, Mike and Claudia Becker started the company, and they started off mainly as bobbleheads, because you can see that in the current design, they have a very bobblehead look to them.
Way
bobblehead, but they don't bobble. You know, it's a non-bobbly bobblehead. Like, you can try bobbleheads.
You can try and stroke that head, but it's just going to break.
You can wiggle it all you want, and it's just going to stay firm and on point. But
there's our dick joke.
There's our dick joke for the day. But there was, you know, they started with bobbleheads for Big Boy. You know, the Big Boy's the burger chain. That was like their first licensing thing, because I think it was Mike couldn't find any, he was wanting like a piggy bank or some type of memorabilia from Big Boy, and he's having trouble finding what he wanted. So he wanted to make his own. He got the licensing for it. And then they got their big break when they had licensing to make Austin Powers bobbleheads. And these Funkos back in the day, they don't look like what we're used to seeing now in the perfectly little square boxes. They were actual bobbleheads, and that's they hit it right there with the Austin Powers stuff, selling 80,000 units, just bam, like that.
Which is nuts. Mm-hmm. Who would have thought it would have been that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's that classic dude in his garage making something that he wants that takes off story.
Which is, it just blows my mind just how much this is blown up.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you remember, you know, I'm sure for those of you who are younger, our younger audience, you all probably grew up with these.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't.
They've been around for a while. And right. I think we probably became aware of them until, what, you want to say like 2010, maybe?
I was an adult. I was well an adult when I became
I was a grown ass
Familiar with
man
it.
for sure.
Yeah. How about you, Banner?
Yeah, I want to say it was probably mid 2000s, 2010, around there when I first heard of them.
You know, and that's what's crazy that they've been around for so long.
Yeah.
And you know, you've seen stuff from them in the past, and I'm sure we had too in our collecting efforts when we were younger and didn't realize it. I mean, they came. You know, I was still in high school when they started. They didn't become more popular. I mean, there was a couple of sales.
Jesus, you're young.
I know, I'm a young fella. Yeah, but the Beckers operated for 7 years, and then they sold it to their chief creative officer in 2005. That in 2005 that's when they started getting the big, or once the sale happened, that's when they started getting the big licensing agreements. Disney, Marvel, Major League Baseball, like a whole lot more. And then 2011 is when these guys, the Pops, started showing up, and that's the ones I think that almost everybody's familiar with.
So what's the difference? Banner, do you know what the difference is between the Pop Funkos and like other Funkos?
Aside from the bobblehead, not much. Shape still was generally the same. Just first generation or iterations were bobblehead. And the what we're used to seeing now is what we have today.
Mm.
See, I'm not. Like I said, I've got 4. I'm not a huge Funko fan. I think they're cute. I can see the draw for them, but you know they're not my biggest draw. That's why I'm interested to see, you know, for you guys who know more about this to tell me more about it.
There's a lot of it that's changed over the years, because we're going to keep like referencing the Pops that we know in this square box. The first actual design like this was actually 2010 at Comic-Con San Diego, and the first figures they produced in this style, because when we're saying Funkos, we're primarily focusing on the Pops. That's what we know. That's what people know. But the first figures they
Pop
had
culture.
Pop culture. That's where the pop comes from. And were Batgirl, Green Lantern, and 2 variants of Batman. Those were the first figures produced, and they didn't come in the box. They're in that clamshell kind of plasticky packaging.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I think,
How much are those worth nowadays?
Oh God, I haven't even looked.
I was gonna say, can I share a screen? You can kind of see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And you'll have to describe it for those who aren't watching the YouTube.
Yeah. So this is gonna be one of your first iterations of Batman.
Oh, damn.
Oh, and they weren't even Pops then, they were Funko Force.
Yep. Totally whole difference. You know,
I like.
And like Casey was describing, it's not in the square box that you see. It's in a clamshell.
Almost looks like a snow globe.
Yeah.
It really
similar.
does. Or it looks like those little when we were younger, the little quarter machines outside the supermarket that you put in the little eggs.
Plastic egg.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I like how the Batman's the black costume Batman, and then this one's the gray and blue.
Mm-hmm.
So they did the old school Batman for one of their first ones.
That's really cool, though. I kind of like that.
And when you think about their origin, with it starting with making, you know, he wanted to make a big boy mascot. I think I'm almost positive it was like a piggy bank or a coin bank or something he's wanting to make. They started with that, and if you know the big boy mascot, what he looks like that,
big boy.
He's got the big head, you know, and you can see how this evolved from that. Like that's a style
100%.
that came along. And so they had that in 2010, 2011. They started mass producing the Pops that we're familiar with. By 2012, they had broke the $20 million in sales and merch sales point. So they're really taking off. 2013, they sold again to a company to an investment firm, Fundamental Capital, and then again to an investment company in 2013 or 2014, somewhere in there, but they kept their staff. Went to a larger space in 2016, acquired another toy maker from Britain called Underground Toys in 2017. And then in 2017, this was like a big thing for them. business wise, they were going public. Like you can buy shares in Funko. They're a publicly traded company now. They went and they had their IPO, their launch in 2017 on the NASDAQ, and had the worst launch of the century at that point. They had their opening price that you could buy shares for at the launch, and within a day, those shares dropped 40%. Like it tanked. It was a big deal. But, you know, I'm thinking like that. They're probably hyped up on the value on the stock market, and then like the real value set in of what they were. And then they opened up another storefront in 2019 in Hollywood. And through my little like brief research I did, this is something that I came across that I hadn't heard about. And Banner, you may have heard about this, that there is potentially a live act or not a, there's a Funko film in development. And it was stated as a live action film. So I don't know how that's going to play. It has to be, I would think, CGI.
That would be my guess. CGI, maybe like an augmented reality.
Yeah.
I bet it'll be CGI. I'd be like the Lego movie.
I hope so. Like, because of what we saw in here, like it's in development. Like there's, you know, script writing, all this stuff going on. There hasn't been a production company tied to it yet.
Right.
If they're able to use all their properties that they have the licensing for, this has the potential. If they do the Funko movie, it has the potential to be the first major theatrically released film that would have a DC and Marvel crossover,
Which would be awesome.
That'd
be very interesting.
I mean, that's a crossover that I think that could only be done right in a world like that, like a Lego Batman type world where it's a little silly. I think if you tried to do one that was serious, a crossover like that, then you have so much backlash.
Right. Although in the new Eternals movie, they did reference Superman by name.
Ooh. I was going to watch that last night. My kids didn't want to watch it with me, so then I didn't watch it.
It's enjoyable. I liked it a lot. It's slow. So
the mixed
different.
reviews on it.
It's different. I think you'll enjoy it.
I'll still watch
But
it.
they did mention Superman and Clark Kent by name.
Really?
So technically, Superman, Clark Kent is canon in Marvel now.
Well, so is Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. Well, the stories are.
The stories aren't right. So I don't know. It would be really interesting to see that movie, though. I think, like you guys were saying, I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be a lot of fun to just watch that. It's just something silly, something not serious.
You know, they
Something to
could
take your
do
mind
it.
off stuff.
They could do it live action in the vein of Roger Rabbit was a live action
Mm-hmm.
with I mean, that you had your Warner Brothers Disney crossover there and like everything else.
But a live action Funko like would be okay. These are cute. That would be fucking frightening.
It could be. I mean,
You know what I mean, though? Like they come walking up, like with their no mouths and just looking at with the big old head, and just
Big old wobbly head.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then they turn like as they're killing your best friend and like pulling out his guts and like making like a like
I didn't say it was going to be a horror movie.
some sort of soda pop. That's what it would be.
What was the? Oh crap! What was that movie that came out on Netflix the last few months? There was where the technology took over. It was like basically they were making fun of Apple and not
the Robinsons. It's the something versus the machines.
Mitchell's versus the Machines.
Mitchell's versus the machines.
The Furby scene in Mitchell's versus the
Yes.
Machines. That's what I'm thinking. Which was one of the funniest damn things I've ever seen in my life. I laughed so freaking hard at that.
That was a great movie.
And so, like, now that's what I'm thinking with the Funko movie would be like that damn Furby scene where there's like all the little mini Funkos coming out. Then you have the one like mothership Funko that's like the gigantic one, 40 times bigger than the one that's behind Banner's head there.
Which would be awesome.
The big Funko he has.
Oh, those aren't even in the biggest ones.
I've seen bigger.
Wait, you've got a bigger Funko?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
How big's the biggest Funko you got?
See, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up that well, but You got Pikachu up there on the top
Oh,
shelf.
damn.
Jesus.
That's almost 2 foot tall.
I thought those were stuffed.
18 inches.
That's full Funko? Is that Snorlax Funko or is he stuffed?
No, Snorlax and Charmander are stuffed, but Pikachu's a Funko.
Nice.
Let me go grab them.
All right.
That's awesome.
I gotta see this. So yeah, you guys, if you're just listeners, you may actually want to watch this one because there's gonna be some visual stuff. I want to see Banner's big Funko out on cam.
You heard him. It's 18 inches.
That's a whole lot of Funko. Let's see. Holy shit. He was way back there then.
Christ. Yeah.
Depth of field. That's a big damn Funko.
That's bigger than your head.
It is. Holy crap. I didn't know they... Now
that is 18-inch Pikachu.
Biggest Funko.
Ever. I'm sure there's a bigger one.
Images. There's always a bigger Funko.
I wonder if there's like a Sentinel.
And he's positionable to an extent.
Huh. Oh, it does pivot. I need a big damn Funko. That's the smallest Funko. Big Funko collection. Oh, that guy's is all out of his boxes. I can't look at that picture.
Okay, that's awesome.
I think, speaking of the boxes, and we're going to go on this, I think that was such a smart move by them to do this type of packaging.
Because you can stack them.
Because you can stack them and display them, because that's the big thing with people that collect is like, oh, don't take it out of the package. Don't take it out of the package. Well, then a lot of things are packaged where you can't see them.
Yep.
And you want to at least see it, and the way a lot of things are packaged, you really can't see them, but there's usually at least 2 clear sides, sometimes 3 angles that you can look into that packaging and really see the Funko good. Like the big one you have back there. I think that's an Iron Man, or zombie Iron Man.
So this is actually an Infinity Warp. It's a cross up of Iron Man and Thor.
Okay.
It's actually Iron Hammer.
Okay, that's cool.
So that packaging, you can see the front and you can see the sides of it really well. And so I think that's just so smart with that they've done that, because then you can just stack and have just walls. I mean, you see people with walls and walls and walls of these, and they're so easy to display. They're so easy to stack up. And I had some cool ones that I hate that came out of the package and then ended up missing. But, we'll talk about a little bit like why we love them. What's so cool about them, what's our draw to them. I'm
looking, I think I only have, I'm taking back. I've got 5 Funkos, and only 2 of them are here. The other 3 are at the office.
So I had some at the office too. I got to get mine back out. Why do you like them, Chris?
I don't like them as much as you guys. I'll put it that way.
Why don't you like them as much?
Because I spend my money on Transformers and Star Wars.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
No. I like the Funkos. I can see the draw with them. I think they're super cute. I think it's the cuteness factor. It's the uniqueness, cuteness factor, like the super chibi design of them. Because let's face it, everyone likes the chibi stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of the draw is just you can get... They don't make toys and action figures of everything. But it seems like in the past couple of years, they're making Funkos of everything. So you finally get to collect some of your stuff, like the stuff that you like. Like, I've seen Friday the 13th. I've seen a Jigsaw. I've seen, like behind you, Captain Spaulding.
Yeah.
I know I've seen a Galactus. It's just, there's all sorts of really cool things. And I think that's really the draw with them. It's just that they're highly collectible.
Mm-hmm.
And the nerds made them collectible.
Yeah.
Like, the rare instances where the nerds have like a live person over at their house. I'm sure it's like delivering a pizza or donuts or something, but they're like, hey, what's that behind you? It's like, you like my collection?
They're talking points.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's exactly it. I think they are.
They spark conversations so easily. I mean, if Banner was streaming right now, and I never talked to Banner before, but I can see back there in his background that I can see some Funkos back there.
Yep.
And I may see something that I recognize or whatever. Or even if I don't, like, hey, what do you got back there? And he's instantly going to be like, oh, let me show you. He could be in the middle of, a heated battle in Hell Let Loose or some random game. You're like, no, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to show you because you're proud of them. If you're like a, pretty avid collector of them, like you want to show them off.
Yep.
You have them set. Yeah. Just like that right there where you can see them. I used to rotate a new one out every week on my desk whenever I was streaming, because that would be like a talking point and be like, ooh, is that a data? Is that a data Funko you have on your desk? Like, like, oh, is that a Casey Jones? I'm like, yeah, because, just talking about like why I like them is, one, they're cheap. If you get them the first
I'm
runs
gonna,
of them.
I'm going to look and see if I can find this one real quick.
You're looking at, unless they're just something special, like if you just go to Walmart or Target or wherever you want to go, Best Buy has them, and you want to just grab one off the shelf, $10 after tax, you usually have one. They're easy if you like collecting a lot of stuff, and if you're like my mode of collecting, I'll get in a run where I'm grabbing things and like, okay, it's payday. I'm going to go to Walmart, get some groceries, and I'm going to look at the Funkos. And if there's one I want, and if there's something cool I want, I can justify $8 on it. Oh, what we got here?
Let's do this. Hold on. I found the two that I have here.
But that's my draw to them, because they're cheap if you get them new. Now you try to find a cool one.
Port Gas D-Ace from One Piece.
Oh, cool.
And then
The Joker.
the Joker Batman.
Yeah.
The mashup.
Yep. That's the two I got here. And like when it comes back to me, I'll tell you the other three I got.
And so
Kyle's already seen them.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of the draw, is they're easy, they're a gateway collectible almost. Like they're accessible to anybody. Almost every big box store is going to carry a couple. And
Walmart now.
Walmart, like I send Chris pictures like every week. I go to my Walmart for the little bitty podunk ass town that I live in. Like it's not even a full Walmart. It's like one of the little mini Walmarts, like not as big and doesn't have all the stuff. But they've got somebody doing their ordering that brings in some pretty cool stuff. There's not a lot, but there's some really unique stuff that runs through there. And I'm always sending Chris pictures of
His wiener.
Yeah, I get what I brought you something. It wasn't a Funko.
No, you got me the Spike. Spiegel,
Yeah. I gave you Spike,
which is awesome. I love Spike.
and so that's why I like them. I mean, Banner, what's your draw to them?
Well, you hit it right on the head of the nail. Like you're saying, your Walmarts, your Targets, your Best Buys, your GameStops have them. Everywhere has them. Everybody has them. And for me, it was a method of getting a purpose to talk to people. It may not seem like it, but I'm actually a pretty huge introvert. I don't like starting conversations. If I don't have to talk to somebody, I'm not going to.
Mm-hmm.
Funkos for me was a way to have a reason to talk to other people. Like you said, you'll see them in somebody's stream and it gives you a talking point to break the ice with that person.
Yeah.
And then of course, as we already talked about, my gamer tag is Dr. Bruce Banner. I'm the Hulk in a sense. And when I found my first Hulk, it was like, okay, I gotta have it. And there started the downward spiral into Funko land.
I think that you're saying like I saw a Hulk, I had to have it. I think that's what probably sparks a lot of people, not just Funkos, but to collect any
nerd thing,
nerd thing, pop culture related. There's a character, something that you identify with, and then you see a Funko or an action figure or a flag or a poster or something, like I've got to have that. And that's usually, now we're down the rabbit hole and we're looking on, back in the day it was what you could find on eBay. Now it's you can easy order from Amazon. It's just like you're looking for something cool and
no, you're right.
Yeah.
Banner, how many Funkos do you have?
I just counted before we started this. I am encroaching on 50.
Damn.
It's a good collection.
Yeah.
So you don't have them all on display back there then, or are they stacked? No.
So I
There's
have
no way
all
there's 50
my.
there.
That's just Marvel.
Yeah.
Everything on the dresser there is just Marvel, and then I'll grab my camera here, and there's the rest.
Oh, okay.
That whole collection up there is all Pokemon.
Damn.
Okay.
So what's the difference between the Funkos? Like, there's big ones. There's like I'm looking at their webpage right now. There's a Popsy. There's Pop. There's pins.
The Popsies, I think, are cloth.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, because they're getting ready to release a Bob's Big Boy Popsy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the Popsies are a cloth style.
Okay, and I see the plushies, which are actually kind of awesome. They have the Disney 50th. It's for Disney's 50th Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Tower, Space Mountain, Spaceship Earth, Tree of Life. Okay, that's really cool. And then, I mean, what are the other variations they have?
Well, there's keychains, and Funko's not like we talked about earlier. It's not just these vinyl figures. It's apparel. It's blankets. You name it, and they probably make it or some iteration of it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm looking at right now because they do like there's the keychains. There are the little ones. And I saw these the other day when I was at Walmart. The vinyl gold, which they're vinyls, but they're not the big head style.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've got like a Big Boy and Andre 3000 and like
That's Squid Game one's coming.
There's just like if you can think of it, there's probably one. There's going to be one somewhere.
They probably have it. Like, okay, they have a Kate Bishop with Lucky the Pizza Dog coming. Joan Jett. The Squid Game people.
The Popsies have a message that pop out about like the thought bubble that pop. You push the button and then the thought bubble comes out and it says something.
Like every time you do it?
Well,
it's
like the same thing, I think. But it's
it's the same message over and over. But like they have Iron Man where he says you're the real superhero, which is one of the lines in the Iron Man series. I believe it was Iron Man 2. I think when he was talking to the kid.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
They make watches and trains and just like all kinds. Ooh, there's masks. Now we're shopping.
And there's full scenes too.
They have soda.
Yeah.
Wait, does the soda have shit in it?
No, it probably has soda in it.
No, well, yeah. But they have like little pops in them.
Vinyl soda. Let me look here. Is it sold as a combo?
Wait, how is the vinyl in the soda, and how do you get it out without cutting yourself?
So it looks like you get a vinyl figure.
Okay.
Which this one I'm looking at the Marvel Lucha Libre edition. And you get a can of soda.
Oh, it's a combo.
Oh, it's okay. So it's not like you're drinking it.
Yeah.
And then you start choking.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that's a legit soda. Just by the shape of the can. I mean, it looks like a real can.
It might be in the can.
I kind of want to find one now.
Does say choking hazard on the bottom of the can.
Maybe it isn't.
Maybe it is. Oh, they've got a Watcher What If getting ready, or that they just released.
Oh man, that made one.
It looks pretty sweet.
Now we've devolved into like, hey, we're going to shop.
Now we're shopping. Damn it, that's exactly what we don't need. Concepts of Stormtrooper with shield and lightsaber.
And that's the rabbit hole with Funkos. You start looking at them and
I'm buying this shit.
Yeah, because they got so much more. They've got, and it's what's cool is they're doing. They do their merch, and they've got these licensing agreements to be able to make some really cool stuff. Like, Mandalorian was huge for them, and so they've been able to bounce off that licensing and make like, an Uno style game that comes with the cards have the Funko style characters on them with a mini Funko. Like it's all there. Like it's so smart.
Okay, you guys, I'm shopping and I just dropped $100 into my car. Thanks, guys.
Okay, the
You're
masks
welcome.
kind of look fun too.
You are welcome, sir.
I kind of want this Stormtrooper one.
I think that really rounds up very, like, in a hodgepodge kind of way of why we like them. You know, because they're collectible. You can find anything that you want, just about, like, in that style, and you end up going down this rabbit hole. And you know,
Welcome to collecting.
And you end up buying an 18-inch tall Iron Man.
Mhm.
Oh, they've got a pop display case that fits 8 of them.
Yes.
I need to not. Okay, I closed the browser. I closed
No,
the tab.
open it. Open it.
No, I
Look.
closed it. Okay,
Look at the Stormtrooper with the shield and lightsaber.
You said they were too cute, and now you're like,
Now he's all over the website.
man.
No, I'm looking at it. Yeah. You know.
And
I
that's
don't know what
the
the
thing
hell
is
Cheddar
you can-
Goblin is.
You can find a Funko for just about whatever you're into.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have Marvel comics and Pokemon, but I also have some non-Marvel and non-Pokemon figurines. Although one of them, I guess, still counts as Pokemon, even though it's Pikachu dressed as Darth Vader. But
Pika Vader.
Pika Vader. Oh, and I also got Pikapool too.
That is something
That's
else.
cool.
And I didn't put that on the list. They do some really cool mashups because they have all this licensing.
Mm-hmm.
That's big, so they can do these really cool mashups, and they can alter the characters and do all these things with them. Like, I just found a gingerbread Captain America Funko. It's
Mhm.
Captain
Yeah, I
America,
saw
but it's
that.
a gingerbread man. Like, tons of cool stuff. You know,
There's a Baron Harkonnen.
and so, like, I'm trying to think back of how I got started, and I don't remember my first one, but I remember what the first series of things that I looked forward to collecting. That was Fallout Funkos. I don't know which one I got first. I either got a dog meat or a super mutant first, and I'm thinking it was probably a super mutant. That was super big into Fallout at the time, and I saw those and like, ooh, I'm buying that up. Didn't last long because the kid ended up getting a hold of them, got to play with them, and then I lost my dog meat, which I'm really sad about, because if he would have stayed in the box, I mean, look here. If old dog meat, well, no, he's not that high anymore. He got expensive there for a little bit, but he's a $20 to $45 Funko still in the box, $50 on some. So if I would have still had him, and that was back in Fallout 4 days, I must have had something before that. It must have been the super mutant then. But yeah, like, I hated that happened, but the kid got to play with it. So, it is what it is. But that was kind of when I first really started trying to, or kind of got into them some. Banner, do you remember your first one or how you got kicked off? You said it was the Hulk one.
The Hulk one. Let me see. I think I got it somewhere over here.
As he rolls away.
As I roll away, yeah. I think this is the one that I got
We
here.
see him rolling. We got
So-
him funkin' dirty.
The first one I wound up with was this one.
Okay.
Hulk,
Hulk and
your namesake.
My lighting is really shitty. I
No,
apologize.
that's fine.
for
That's
that.
fine, dude.
That's Zoom.
But,
Zoom doesn't.
it's-
Wait,
handle
it
that.
was
Hulk.
$8.95,
It was $8.98 when I bought it.
$8.98.
Yeah,
So
and it's-
basically, you can't find that anymore.
no, and it's Hulk from Age of Ultron.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
So, and then
So it's
And-
MCU Hulk and not classic Hulk.
yeah, and it spiraled down the rabbit hole from there. I've got Disney Infinity Hulk for the video game, and I've got standard figures. So it's not just pop vinyl. It's once you start in a rabbit hole, it goes everywhere.
That would have been the perfect dick joke right there, Kyle.
Just
Had
right
your
down the rabbit
opportunity and
hole.
you missed
It
it.
just goes everywhere.
Yep.
So it just snowballs once you
Yep.
start.
Once you start, it's hard to stop.
Which is cool, but at the same time, it's like, you have to think about it. Do I want to start, or
Yep.
do I not want to start?
You do.
No, you are not speaking for me, sir. I don't need to be buying any more shit.
Millennium Falcon Funko.
Wait, there's a Millennium Falcon?
There's a whole. Well, like he was talking about the scenes. Like those were the big boxes, like the big scenes where there's. I had a one that I used to have that was one of the early when they first started doing the bigger scenes, and this was probably one of my favorite ones. And I don't know what happened to it. Again, the box got opened. Shit happened. I had
shit happened.
Daryl from The Walking Dead on his chopper. Like. I had that one. That one was so cool because I loved, the show back then. I haven't watched it much in a long time, but just the scenes. That's what's cool to me is that they've expanded on that. One thing that I kind of wanted to hit on, and Chris maybe not so much because you're not into him yet. Heavy, it's going to happen. I can see. I'm sitting there watching the video. And I can see the reflection in your glasses of you scrolling through the.
I am. I don't. There's the Godzilla one I really, really want.
The rapid eye movement across the screen is the telltale.
Like, okay, the Mecha Godzilla one looks really sweet.
Like I knew it was going to happen once we get him going. He's down this rabbit hole.
Damn it!
Because he's not in his normal kind of like not. Super casual, but like lean back a little bit. He's leaned forward. He's engaged.
He knows. He knows my telltale signs when I want to start buying shit.
I really want to play poker against Guyver sometime because I just know I can read him.
Well, Chris cannot play poker, and this is the reason why.
And there's some of these Funko Pops that are ultra rare. You can only get some in certain fashions. Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're famous for that, aren't they? Like releasing limited edition ones.
Limited edition.
Like, do you have to buy them there, or do they give them out?
You have to you have to purchase them. Yeah. Like the most rarest Funko Pop of all is holographic Darth Maul.
What?
Yeah, holographic Darth Maul was only released at Comic-Con, and only 480 units were made.
How much is that?
It's going right now, from what I'm seeing, between 125 and 175 bucks.
Jesus.
No, I'm seeing them a lot. Well, they're a lot more on eBay.
Yeah. An average resale price stands around 2,600 is what this is saying.
Yeah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 listed on eBay right now. That limited edition, it's got the 23 in the corner, glows in the dark.
Yep, that's the one.
5,500 or best offer. 70.
Which Comic-Con was that?
2012.
Shit.
So 10 years ago.
Isn't that nuts?
That would have been a cool one to also grab up. And so that's a good little segue, I think, into and like Chris may not hit on it as much, but that's that used to watch them pretty heavy. Is there any that at one time banner that you almost purchased and you're like, no, I'm not going to get it?
Yeah.
Probably early on. You're like,
I'm going to enjoy this.
I'm not going to pay $40 for
a bunch of figurines
for one.
Yeah.
For one figurine.
Yeah.
And then you come back a few years later and you're like, son of a bitch, why did I not buy that one? You have
the ones that I wish I'd bought when I saw them, and they're still around, and some of them are still decently priced, but the Game of Thrones pops. I got really into Game of Thrones in 2017, 2018. Or actually, no, 2016, 2015, 2016. And I saw the pops, but I was like, I want to get through some of the seasons before I start buying them. And then I went to go get them, and they were gone. And I haven't seen them since. And then there's been some Marvel ones out there, Hulk that I've seen that I should get that, but I don't really have the cash for it right now.
Right.
There was a 12-inch Hulk one day that I saw, and I'm like, God, I really want it, but it was $35, and I'm like, I got bills to pay, trying to be that responsible adult, and I should have bought the damn Funko Pop.
Now you should have bought it.
Yeah, now I should have bought it now.
Mine. We're going to tell a story of regret.
Regrets.
Lots of regret and sadness and just
Lots of regrets.
I get depressed every time I think about this. I want to talk about it. I'm going to open up a little bit.
I can't wait to hear this.
I'm
Yes.
going to get real. So it was roughly, I'm going to say 2013, maybe 14, somewhere in there. Like, I'm a big Rob Zombie movie fan. Like, I love House of a
They're
Thousand
great
Corpses
movies.
is one of my favorite movies of all time. Devil's Rejects is right up there with it, but House of a Thousand Corpses, like, probably in my top 10 movies that I just absolutely love. But because I like Rob Zombie for one, and then
Sure.
the movie's just so cool. Anybody that knows me knows I fucking hate clowns. Okay.
I'm the
Like,
same.
I do not like clowns in person. I can handle it okay on the screen. But Captain Spaulding from the House of Thousand Corpses series, played by Sid Haig, was probably my favorite character in that movie. I just thought Captain Spaulding was freaking hilarious. I loved him. I had
He was great in it.
he was creepy as hell. I still have I think it was the Blu-ray where the opening menu popped up, and if you let it sit for too long, I think it's if you let it sit for too long, then he would come on screen and would do like this commentary stuff.
Oh,
And
he'd start yelling at you, wouldn't he?
Yeah. And so I loved Captain Spaulding. I thought he was cool. And that's about the time I was looking into Funkos and things. Then I found on Amazon, I think it was on Amazon, a certified autographed Captain Spaulding Funko signed by Sid Haig. Blue marker, they had their certificate, all that, like it was legit. That was his. I was like, ooh, I want that one. And I look at it, it's like, oh, I'm not paying $45 for that. I'm not buying a $45 Funko, and so I let it go on and I would look at it every so often and like, no, and it never did sell. And eventually it was gone. I'm like, okay, I wasn't, not a big deal. I'll go buy the $8 Funkos at Walmart.
Right.
Now, if I had that one in my possession, and I still see it, it floats around in the trading circles here and there. It's currently listed on eBay for $1,000.
Holy shit.
I got one cheaper for you.
Yeah, after he passed away,
It shot up.
it shot up. It's just like,
They have a Dr. Mindbender.
oh, there's one for $821. That one's not as high. But
I've got a Captain Spaulding with Protector for $150.
but is it the autographed one?
No, it is not autographed.
That's the one that I could have bought for less than $50 was the autographed
Okay,
Captain
gotcha.
Spaulding one. Yeah. The
Good
one-
job, Kyle.
If
You
you're on
fucked that
eBay, the
up.
one at the very top with the blue marker, that's it. Son of a bitch. So there's my regrets right there. I still
There's your
kick
regret.
myself all the time because it's just going to keep going up in value because he's not going to be any less dead anytime soon. So it's
Well, he might be, not with that attitude. So is that your biggest one? Is there any others that either of you
That's definitely my biggest one.
regret?
I still bitch about it all the time. Should have bought it. So because I was looking into getting a few cool pieces to have that were autographed.
Right.
And those are hard to find when you're in Oklahoma unless you're going to buy them online. It's just hard to get autographs on things. So
Right.
yeah, that's definitely my biggest regret of not purchasing.
So, no, I don't really have any that I regret not purchasing.
You got any of your other collectibles that you regret not purchasing?
Oh, there's tons of those.
You're not wanting that question to come up, were you?
No, I was not.
Like,
But
there's not a Funko that I regret.
no, there's not a Funko. But I mean, I can see why you guys. I mean, it's like any collector, Funko is just one offshoot of collecting in general, and you're always going to have that regret. You knew you should have jumped on it, but you were too busy being an adult at the time, or something else. Something was diverting those funds. Right? Your children need clothes, so they got to eat, or you got to pay for daycare. They can get a job. Let me buy them what I want. Lazy ass children.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, she's 5, but
Well, there's 5 more I just added to my cart. God damn, I gotta stop shopping.
All right, what have you added?
5 more Pokemon figures.
So you really like Pokemon.
Oh yes.
I do too.
You got to catch them all.
Yep, you gotta catch them all.
And how you got to add them all to your cart.
Yes.
Got to add them all.
It's $100.
250.
Oh,
Dang, I
Jesus.
keep ratcheting up. We keep them on the show.
The longer we keep them on here, the more. All right, everyone. Let's get Banner to 500. Can we get him to 500 a day? Kyle, what do you think? What do you think his chances are of getting to 500 today?
Pretty high, Chris. I think he's doing really well. He's maintaining. He's holding a pace. It's a really fast pace.
It is a fast pace.
He's maintaining that pace through the entire show.
We're really proud of him. He's been training for this by working.
10% off my first order too.
Been waiting for this moment his whole life, folks.
And it's going, and there goes his paycheck. It's gone.
It's gone. Oh,
payday's still 2 weeks away.
And this is just Funkos. I mean, I think we'll do an episode at some point in time, just about collectibles in general. And
I want to do one on Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was into cards for a little bit. I got into cards late in life.
I remember watching the first Pokemon shows.
Yeah, in the dorms. Probably.
Yeah, sure, in the dorms.
Mm-hmm.
As the shifty eyes go back and forth.
It came out before then.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I thought it was all right. Fine.
No. I think that was year 20. For that, I did see this great meme that's related to that though. It was like moments in anime that make you cry and cheer at the same time. It's like Naruto's death, Ichigo's last Bankai, Gon's transformation, and then there was like, I don't know, 10, 12 of these, and then the last picture was Ash, and it says Ash turns 11. Like 20 years in the making. I'm like, oh yeah, I can see that.
It took a little bit of time. I mean, it's just the same way the Simpsons age. Oh, I want a Simpsons Funko. Hold on.
Is there Simpsons Funkos?
There's everything Funkos.
They have Marge, Homer. I think they have all of them. The only one I don't recall seeing is Mr. Burns and Smithers.
All right, Banner, what is that behind you, like lighting up? Is that your back to tank? Is that where you go to heal?
Oh, the big lamp right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a lamp.
Oh, that's cool.
So do you want glow in the dark Mr. Burns? Do you want Mr. Burns?
No, it's got to be glow in the dark Mr. Burns, just like the episode.
Do you want
I bring you peace?
That's one I regret not getting also is the glow in the dark Hulk.
How much is the glow in the dark Hulk? Let's look.
I don't know.
Glow in the dark.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Plug.
Not a butt plug or a fleshlight there, Guyver.
You know what?
Glow in the dark what?
You know what? Beggars can't be choosers, Banner.
Now, do you have the Professor Hulk with the pink bunny slippers?
I do not.
Pop?
I do not.
No, it's on. Here it is. 46% off on Amazon right now.
They have High Elf King Kyle in here.
What?
It's a new release. I don't know why I typed in glow in the dark Hulk and it brought that up. Is it the Gamma Glow exclusive?
I thought it was the Gammaverse one, but I'm not.
I found one there's one for $63 on Amazon right now.
No, here's the one I was talking about. It's a blacklight glow one.
Watch out for your pants if you do that.
Yeah, right.
And that's what's something really cool about it. Like, if you can think of it, there's probably a Funko. Well, there's Hot Girl. Barney from The Simpsons.
Yeah, this one's Banner. This one's the one from Age of Ultron. Is the one I'm looking at for 63.
Yeah,
Glows in the dark.
One I'm saw a long time ago, and I'll screen share for you.
Ooh, I kind of want the Ron Swanson.
Was this one? This one predates the new gen Marvel.
Oh,
Yeah, that's classic Hulk right there.
That's classic
That's
Hulk.
Lou Ferrigno Hulk.
Lou Ferrigno, yep.
I can't even say words.
Yep.
Words are hard.
So for those that, aren't watching on YouTube, it's the Lou
Ferrigno.
Yeah, that one. Hulk. And I should be able to pronounce that as much as I've watched the movies. But yeah, it's a black light glow one.
Okay, that's actually kind of awesome.
And it's on for sale on eBay right now for $150.
Dude, just put some of the Funkos back that you had and get this one.
Right.
You said you're at $250. You could get
put me at 4.
You could get 200 of these, or you could get one for that price. I think we know which one you want to go with.
Yeah, I think I need to go to a support group for Funko Pops or something.
No, because they just end up buying more.
I can't
That's
wait till
true.
B-Rob gets in on this. B-Rob's got a lot of them too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a red glow in the dark one. What?
Red Hulk,
Yeah.
God,
Thunderbolt Ross.
Down such a.
This was a Hot Topic exclusive.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they have exclusives too.
Yeah.
Oh, Hot Topic does?
Yeah.
Okay,
Walmart
Banner,
has
you got to
exclusive.
get this one. It is the Marvel Mech Hulk. It's the Mech Hulk.
Is it the Mech Strike one?
Yep.
Yeah. I just
That one
saw
actually
that
looks
one
kinda awesome.
recently.
That one does look awesome. You need to get that one. Here, let's help him,
Yeah, let's
Spend more
help
money,
Banner
Kyle.
spend more money.
Well, I mean, it's Banner. Is there anything that you want people to know about Funkos? I mean, we've discussed why it's fun to collect them, why we collect them. Is there anything you want to leave everyone with talking about this? Like about Funkos, like, fun for all ages, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's definitely fun for all ages. And if you're a collector of anything and you see a Funko Pop that I really like it, just get it.
Mhm.
Don't delay getting something for yourself. I've got all of these I've collected since I moved to Arizona. Some of them I had in Washington, most of them I bought down here. But don't, like I said, if it's something that you like and it's something that you want, get it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's going to be something that brings you joy in life. Simple
Amen.
as that.
Does this bring me joy? Mm-hmm.
I think that's a rule for life.
Yeah. And if it brings you happiness having a Funko Pop, whatever it may be, there's thousands of different Funko Pops out there. There's iterations out there that I haven't even seen before that I'm seeing now. I'm probably going to go on eBay and buy tonight. Thanks.
Yeah, you start
You're
saying, like,
welcome.
don't let people give you a hard time. You got them stacked up, and like, does this? Why do you have all this? Does this even bring you like? Why do you have like Marie Kondo? This brings me joy. Get out of my shit.
Yeah.
Marie Kondo. They need they need a Tiger King Funko
I bet there is.
and a Travis Funko where Travis is just like this, and then it's
Tiger King.
it's just a pair of balls on his head, like big
I
deformed
got
balls.
Lion King Funkos,
There needs to be a Tiger King Funko, and then
but I did find a Tiger King jigsaw puzzle. Tiger King, Cuddly Joe.
Cuddly Joe. Oh, and then they could have that bitch Carol Baskins Funko, and the box number would be 666 on it.
Ooh. How do they come up with the box numbers? I need to look that up.
I was going to say, I think there is I don't know how they come up with the number, but I think there is a 666 out there already.
Please be Mephisto.
God dang it. There goes mine.
I beat you to it. I figured that one was coming.
It is Zombie Daredevil.
Really?
Oh,
Marvel Zombies.
There's multiple.
Yeah. There's
the Lord
looks
Zed
like Queen
one
Elizabeth.
is 666. Lord Zed. Also Guillermo del Toro is 666. So they have there's movies, and then there's television, like all these different sub things. So that's probably where you get all those Oh, man. That Lord Zed one's pretty freaking cool, though.
Yeah, it is.
That is so.
God damn, I do not need to be looking at this.
I probably should not have Googled Funko 666. That is not a Funko. That popped up in images. Yeah, Zombie Daredevil is one.
So there's just some cool ones on there.
Hologram Rick is one. So they have multiple of those.
So their numbers are based on the series that they come out.
Yeah.
So you have, like here, for instance, is the 30th edition Deadpool.
Is that LARP pool?
It is LARP.
LARP?
Yes.
Deadpool. Okay, so there's 7 in the series. So that's LARP. That is Flamenco Dancer Deadpool.
Oh, that's awesome.
The Deadpool ones are some of the best ones.
Yes.
As far as like doing the different versions.
Your Roman Senator Deadpool.
Rome pool.
Rome pool, yeah. Here you go. Here's one for your coffee junkies. Barista Deadpool.
Where he'll constantly call you Lyle.
Lyle, yeah. Let's see. I know I got.
My name's Kyle. That's what I said. Lyle, here's your bean.
Oh, they really screwed the pooch on this one. They had the Pop Rocks, which are the rock and roll heavy metal figures. They have Rob Zombie, but he's 137. He really could have been. Yeah.
Then you've got, here you go, Chris. Backyard Barbecuer Deadpool.
Okay, that one's awesome. Pleased to meet you. I kind of want that one.
Yep.
Ooh,
and then Deadpool in a cake.
Okay, I want that one.
And then my favorite, because it's kind of like a mashup between Jurassic Park and Deadpool. Dino Pool.
That one's awesome. Which is actually from the comics.
They did a shit ton of like mashed up Deadpool things for Funko.
Yeah.
Like
well, because there's a lot of alt universe Deadpools in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So that's awesome, dude.
And then, of course, I think you guys saw the one I just picked up today.
Did we?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the new series, the What If series.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about that.
Yep.
Zombie Iron
Watcher?
Man.
Or Zombie Iron Man. I thought they were.
Yep.
Sure, Zombie Watcher. I bet
so.
Is.
The other 3 that I've got are at work. One's a Tom Servo, one's a Crow T Robot, and then one's a Crow Servo. It's a mashup of the 2.
So
those are my other 3. That's my total.
One. I need to get some.
You know, and my second Funko Pop ended up being, hopefully you guys can hear me decently enough, was the Hulkbuster.
Okay, that's awesome.
I got the Hulkbuster figure. That was my second ever purchase.
I'm looking at
and it's just snowballed from there.
I don't need to be buying Squid Game.
Yeah, I told you the Squid Game ones look actually really good.
They do.
They have a Spam can Funko Pop. I'm getting that one.
I found powdered donuts.
Yeah. Like I said, you think of it, you're going to find it in the Funkoverse.
We missed our calling of coming up with ideas for Funkos.
That really did. Banner. So do they take suggestions from people or do they just come up with it? You know?
I don't know because I think it depends on licensing. So if it's something that would have to be licensed, they'd have to get, be able to get the licensing rights for it first off. There are ways of contacting them. They got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, they got YouTube. So there's ways to get in touch with them and say, hey, this would be a really cool idea. What do you guys think?
And it looks like
there's no Cowboys in the Mesa Funko.
You can create your own avatar across all their stuff called Pop Yourself. Create yourself. I tried to, and I got in trouble. Apparently, you can't do that in public. That's kind of cool.
I think one of their popular series right now is the Office series.
Yeah, those are all up in
I can
Walmart
see
right
that.
now and
Yeah.
like everywhere.
I can see
Well,
that.
you know, and to think of another one that I saw a while back, but I'm seeing it kind of make a resurgence again, is the Dumb and Dumber Pops.
Yes.
You know, they got Lloyd getting a haircut in Walmart's right now. And I want to say it was Walmart probably about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, that I saw the Tuxedo Pops.
Okay,
from
that's
Dumb and
kind of cool.
Dumber.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to throw one out here in chat that I found so you guys can, so just don't have to do the full screen share. But Chris, like that one right there, I never would have seen coming. Like I'm really excited about this one.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Yeah, there's a transparent Mephisto Funko that
Actually, that is kind of cool, though.
That is pretty cool.
got him again. That was a really weak effort on my part, but I still count it.
That is pretty cool. All right, so what's the deal with Mephisto?
Oh God, that inside joke. Not really an inside joke anymore. So
It's
when
an
we were
outside
doing,
joke.
when we started doing WandaVision reviewing
A year
that
ago.
one, we were like, the big thing was like, is Mephisto going to show up at the end? Is he going to be the big bad at the end of the series? So we were looking for clues all the time. Like every little thing was like, there's Mephisto. There's a reason, you know. And so since then, every episode I try to sneak a Mephisto line in on Chris, and I'm pretty successful at it. Not to toot my own horn and pat myself on the back, but I've got him damn near every episode.
Nice.
I'm really happy about that. Even got him on the GTA RP episode with it. Like he
Yep.
didn't. Codus saw it coming and he didn't see it. So,
I hate you so much.
but yeah. So that was a good little brief Funko primer. I think. Like
I think it was too.
I like how Chris did a full 180 from the beginning of the show. He's like, they're really not my thing.
And now they're his
I
thing.
don't
Totally
really-
his
No,
thing.
they're not my thing. I still haven't bought any. I didn't
Thank
add any
you.
to the cart.
Yet.
Yes.
I think they are interesting. I think they're super. I kind of like the Godzilla one.
Mm-hmm. That's how it starts. Is that Robot Devil from Futurama?
Wait, they got Robot Devil?
They do. What?
Hello, Fry.
Oh, I'm gonna buy that son of a bitch. I'm gonna find him on.
And guess who's buying it now?
If I can
Right.
find him.
Do you guys make fun of me for this shit? But look who's buying it now. The two of yous.
Possibly. Oh,
That's
no,
what
I'm
they need.
not.
They need a My Cousin Vinny Funko.
I'm not going to buy him. This is going to go back to what I was saying earlier. Like, I wish I would have bought him. This one's been out for a while. And,
And how
about
much is it?
$67 to get it. So,
Shit.
yeah. And that was not an email verification that I bought it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Sure.
I forgot to mute my phone before we started.
On his America Online that he's still using.
Yeah.
Well, and here's another cool thing too. If you buy from the Funko site,
Mhm.
there are certain figurines that are labeled with chance of chase.
Yeah, what is that?
So by purchasing a chance of chase item, there is a chance that you will receive the chase or limited quantity variation of the item that you've purchased.
Like an all gold or all clear?
I'm not 100% certain because I've never been lucky enough to get a chase item yet. So I'm not 100% sure what they look like. But it is a one-off, or not a one-off, but it's a limited run variation.
Okay. So I wonder if they're
See if I can Google it and see.
they're limited. Oh, there's an Alex Trebek one. So they're the limited edition. So Chase Funko Pops. Are a rare variant of a common Funko Pop figure whereby its design differs slightly to the original figure it's based upon. Oh, okay, I see here. So, like the examples are showing, there's a Crash Bandicoot, looks like Crash,
Okay.
but the Chase variant is a black and white grayscale
that's
Crash Bandicoot. There's a Captain Marvel that she's just standing there, but then the Chase variant, she has like her hood and the mask with a mohawk look to it. I think that's Captain Marvel. Yeah. There's from Stranger Things. There's 11 with eggs with her short hair. Then there's the Chase variant is when she has the wig on.
Yeah.
And so
it's just a slight difference.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I need Futurama ones. See, I didn't know about that, but now I know.
We can just keep going on and on like this. So we're going to end this here because you guys could listen to us. Yeah. Just listening and looking at us, listening to us. Going, oh, I want that. Oh yeah. That's nice. It's like that episode of Family Guy where Peter's watching the self-help tapes.
Oh, Jesus.
And she's like, do you want me to take off my top? It's like, oh yeah, that's nice. Whipped cream's always good. For us, it's like, oh yeah, Robot Devil. That's great. Oh, I want that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm still looking. You keep talking. Still shopping.
So with that, this has been Everyman's Guide to Nerdom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. I'm still shopping for Funkos, but wherever you are, hope you guys have a great evening, morning, night, whatever time it is. Thank you, Banner, for being on with us. Do you want to throw a little plug out of you're about to start streaming again, right?
I am about to start streaming again. I've been working on my OBS studio, learning how to use it.
Okay.
It is definitely a learning curve from Streamlabs.
We'll get you there. I'll convert you. I'm trying to convert Chris.
Yes, I am going back out to streaming. You can find me at xDrBruceBannerx on Twitch.
There'll be a link below.
Yeah,
throw a link in there.
Twitter, Instagram, you name it. You can find me there just about. So,
and you can find him playing with us often.
Yep.
So you guys, video games.
Not that kind of playing.
Yeah, also the video game.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. Yeah, we keep working on him. But yeah, thank you guys for listening through on this. And like I said, I hope you guys have a great evening. And please be good to each other.
And stay safe.
Stay safe.
See ya.
Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made-up word. MCs shied away from.